Hello and welcome to Miniature Mayhem. In this video, we will have another look at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Skaventide launch box. It has been 3 weeks since the release of this box, and in the meantime we've had the opportunity to paint some of the miniatures and to play a handful of games. So, let's start this review by having a look at what's in the box. So, I'm using some footage from the previous review. You can see here my buddy Fabio opening up the box, and it starts with this really cool poster of Skaven fighting the Stormcast, of course very fluff related to the Skaventide Box Set. Next we see piles and piles of grey plastic. This box is heavy, not only because it contains 2 thick books, but also because of all the plastic that's in there. 74 miniatures, highly detailed, really cool miniatures actually. You also have a sprue with terrain. Granted, it's not a lot of terrain, but for a spearhead game I guess it will be enough, since the playing board is kind of small and you will have a sizable force fighting on the battlefield, so you can't really fill it up with that much terrain anyways. It also contains this cool little card where you can log your first victory or defeat, I guess, and it's for this global event that GW will be tracking. In this little box there are playing cards and the playing board, and in the big red envelope we will find the 2 rule books, the one for with the core rules and one for the spearhead rules. Now let's talk about all the good things about this box. Firstly, it contains a ton of really nice detailed minis. They're supposedly push fit, but I would not risk assembling them without using any glue. You do not want to risk them falling apart after you painted them. Second, with this box you can play 2 different games. It contains the rules for regular Age of Sigmar and for Spearhead. So far we've only been playing Spearhead, and I have to say that it is a fun, quick game and the rules are simple and easy to learn, making it a fun game to play when you do not have a lot of time to spend on big army type tabletop games. Third, you get 2 rulebooks, a board, and different cards to use to set up the game you will play. It also includes a ruler, but we will talk more about that later. So now, let's talk about the bad. First of all, this box does not contain any dice. So if beginner players pick this up, they cannot start gaming immediately out of the box. They will need to find dice first. Now I don't understand why GW doesn't just add 10 generic white dice so that people can just start gaming immediately. It's not like that's gonna set them back on the profit that much. Or even, they could have added some exclusive special edition dice. You don't have to be a veteran to appreciate those, right? The second point, the measuring stick. This is a joke. These 2 little sticks that click into each other are a 3-inch and a 6-inch measuring stick that together combine up to 9 inches as a measuring stick. It's flimsy. If you would paint it, it will not be sticking together well. It will probably break at some point, or you will just lose it after, 3 games. This one is an old noob stick that I got in the Battle for Macragge starter set in 2004. I still use this in most of my skirmish games. Well, it's twice the length and it's, flexible. This will never break. GW, just add these old ones. We don't need this. This is probably going straight in the trash. Thirdly, in the Spearhead rulebook, there are only 2 army compositions that you can use to play Spearhead with. One for the Skaven and one for the Stormcast. This is a missed opportunity. There are 74 miniatures in this box, including a very cool rattling gun, cannon, whatever. And I can only use 36 of those 74 miniatures to play Spearhead with. Not including that cannon. I can't use it. Why? GW, give me more army compositions. I got 74 miniatures in this box. I want to use all of them. As a conclusion, this launch box is not intended for new players. It's meant for people who are already into Age of Sigmar. It contains 74 awesome, detailed miniatures, but you cannot use all of them to play Spearhead. The set does not include any dice, rulers, painting guides, so if you are a new player, I recommend you to have a look at the introductory or even the actual starter set, as they might contain less miniatures, but at least you will have the dice, rulers, the rules, reference sheets, and even painting guides included in that box set. If you're a veteran player and you really like Skaven or Stormcast, I think this box is really awesome. You will have many hours of painting pleasure and even more hours of gaming pleasure by buying this box. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.